Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. Before we start, please subscribe our channel. Today, we will be discussing with you 7 best villains in Game of Thrones. Number 7. The High Sparrow. Nothing stinks of greater villainy than those who wrap themselves in a cloak of self-righteousness. Convinced he is pure and good because he talks so positively about the gods, the High Sparrow is the kind of reformist fanatic who preaches an end of vanities while demanding complete obedience and worship in the process. He turned the 7 kingdoms upside down when overnight he disgraced a king and then got the said monarch to grovel for forgiveness in the process. Number 6. Ramsay Bolton. Ramsay. Always the torturer and never the tortured, at least until the end. This piece of work probably caused most HBO subscribers to resist the urge of punching a hole through their television. Played with cheerful creepiness by Iwan Rheon, Ramsay clearly and intentionally channeled Heath Ledger's Mad Dog version of the Joker from The Dark Knight. Yet, instead of playing socio-political games that tested the morality of civilized society, he mostly just enjoyed the sounds of people screaming as he skinned them, raped them, or fed them to ravenous beasts. Always finding a chipper spin on his latest mutilation, Ramsay somehow avoided ever being one note, albeit his simplicity of motive keeps him just out of the top 5. In case you forgot, you can help this channel grow and enjoy more each time. Just like, subscribe and activate notifications. Number 5. Walder Frey. While not as showy or heavily featured as Roose and Ramsay Bolton, Walder Frey did more to devastate the realm of the 7 kingdoms, as well as how viewers will ever perceive cable dramas again, than just about any single character. By shattering the guest right and murdering his king, Walder Frey willfully, and gleefully, condemned his name in history as synonymous with malevolence and treachery. In 1,000 years' time, the people of the North will still likely spit on you if you say your name is Frey. And why did he do this? Because Robb Stark made the petty slight of deciding not to marry Walder's daughter, even though Frey still had his liege lord in one Edmure Tully join the family. Number 4. Littlefinger. At first glance, Petyr Baelish doesn't amount to much. This assessment has been Littlefinger's advantage all his life. Dismissed as first a Weasley brothel keeper, and then a Weasley master of coin, and then a Weasley lord of Harrenhal, he finally weaseled his way into being Lord Regent of the Vale, and became an instant threat to the newly crowned king in the north. After all, Littlefinger wanted Sansa to have dominion over Winterfell once he married her, which would have made his next power grab in King's Landing's direction even easier. Littlefinger also most secretively started the War of the 5 Kings by having Lisa Arryn murder Jon Arryn, and then convincing her to tell the Starks that the Lannisters were responsible. He feasted off chaos, and every time thousands die, his status in the world climbed. Just like, subscribe and activate notifications. Number 3. Tywin Lannister. The world of George R.R. Martin seemed just a little bit smaller after Tywin Lannister died on the Privy. An infinitely complicated patriarch of countless hypocrisies and double standards, Charles Dance's performance as this bundle of exposed ego was a marvel to behold. Dismissive and vindictive toward his children, and ruthless for his enemies, Tywin still always reacted out of a place of utilitarian logic, as well as even love, a love for his family's name, if not its members, and a love for a long-dead wife. He also technically had no role in the start of the war, he just masterfully orchestrated vile conclusions at the Red Wedding and on the shores of Blackwater Bay. Number 2. Cersei Lannister. Cersei Lannister hails from a life of much suffering. Forced into a loveless marriage by society at a young age, she tried to make it work even as she was raped nightly, and even after her first child was a stillborn. This still does not excuse her growing frigidity that only heated up the crazier she became. Initially content at planning the murder of her husband, and wrongfully accusing her younger brother of foul play, Cersei has grown as ambitious as she is short-sighted in her foolish game moves. As Tywin once surmised, she is not as smart as she thinks she is, which makes her increasingly dangerous. Once father was gone, she invited the Sparrows into power to destroy her son's wife, and after that backfired, her actions led to the same child's suicide when she blew up a quarter of her capital, killing thousands. Number 1. Joffrey Baratheon. Joffrey Baratheon is not only the best villain on Game of Thrones, he might be the best villain in television history. To be sure, there are more complicated villains, and those that we can even root for as our protagonists like Walter White or Tony Soprano. But while Joffrey has no whites in his black, he is nevertheless a textured and brilliantly realized sociopath that gets his jollies from maiming and torturing strangers while inexplicably also being afraid of other people. This petulant boy king flaunts his royal authority to dangerous results, yet lacks the conviction to convince even himself he can stand up to his dwarf uncle or eternally unimpressed grandfather. So he'll just take it out on Sansa with another round of beatings. They are really amazing. Thanks for watching. In case you forgot, you can help this channel grow and enjoy more each time. Just like, subscribe and activate notifications. Stay tuned for more videos.